The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TechGig webinar series, our endeavor to empower techies. We believe that sharing of knowledge is the key to enhance our skills and grow us as professionals. With this principle in mind, we have initiated a series of webinars conducted by industry experts to give you all a crisp insight of various domains. The topic of today's session is Simplifying Test Automation with Behavior-Driven Development. And our guest speaker today is Lavanya Upadhyay with Crestek Software Systems. Lavanya is working with Crestek, a CMMI Level 3 SVC company, as a subject matter expert. He has been working in agile projects for the past 6 years and is part of the core team within the group to drive the agile transformation. He has also been actively involved in developing methodologies and frameworks to address various challenges in the area of test automation. So, without further delay, I introduce you all to our guest speaker. Over to you, Lavanya.
Thanks, Arana. A very good afternoon to all of you. Today I'm going to discuss about the ways to simplifying your behavior-driven development. So before I come to the main agenda, allow me a couple of minutes to introduce Crestek, the company that I work for. So Crestek is a global software testing and QA service provider. It was founded in 2005 and has successfully executed 800,000 man-hours of testing assignments. With 9+ years of existence, we have close to 300 testing experts working across India, US, and Australia. Our core strength has been to think ahead and to create innovative solutions to address modern day testing challenges. In that pursuit, we now have 3 provisional patents with us. Recently, Gartner also declares Crestek in 10 pure play testing providers globally. And we are also business partners with HP and IBM, and also with Micro Focus and Armorize. And Crestek is the first Indian headquartered independent software testing company to be appraised at CMI Level 3 SVC. So with this introduction, let me move to the main agenda of today's webinar. So before I start, let me set the correct expectation of today's session. So today's session is not a BDD or TDD tutorial. We are also not going to learn the right way to do BDD, or we are not learning the integration of Cucumber with Selenium or SpecFlow with Vaadin. So what we are going to talk in this session? This session presents an approach for agile teams to write their acceptance test in collaborative manner. I will share some of the challenges faced by delivery teams in linking their acceptance test to GUI-driven test automation. And finally, I will present a scalable approach to build tool-agnostic GUI-driven acceptance test within BDD realm. So let's set some context. What is BDD? As many of you would know, BDD stands for Behavior-Driven Development. So, if you start tracking down the history of agile development, BDD has started gaining prominence over the last 2 to 3 years. Essentially, what BDD do is, it gives a way for people to collaborate. Because that is the essence of agile, right? The collaborative development approach. It allows your business users, the testers and developers to collaborate. And how does it do it? Basically, BDD allows all the stakeholders to communicate in a way where everyone speaks the same language. If you look at the background of BDD, Dan North basically wanted to create an extension on the top of TDD. Because before BDD, user actually collaborate in a way where tests are written in code-centric manner. And then developers used to take those steps which are initially failing as code was not written actually. And then write the code to pass those steps. It's typically fail, pass, fail, or red, green, red kind of cycle. But the problem was the testers who were writing the test. They were, primarily they were developers, as tests were written at the level of unit. So what Dannot said is to actually put one level of abstraction at the top of it and start writing tests at the usability level in the term of user behavior. And once the user behavior is defined, then developer can write their code, testers can write their tests around it. So basically that becomes a collaborative environment. So if I again summarize it in a nutshell, what BDD does is it gives a common language to people to talk and to collaborate. And if you look at the implementation of BDD in the term of Gherkin, it is in the form of given, when, and then. Now, if you look at how BDD is practiced these days, if you go to any organization, you will typically find that BDD is practiced at one of the two levels. Either BDD is practiced at code level, where it essentially becomes a test-driven development, or what organization have started doing is they have started doing BDD on the level of features, and features in the term of user behaviors, nothing to do with code. So basically that is where we are going to focus in today's session. BDD, when it applied to the level of feature, it becomes ATDD. And what is ATDD? It's acceptance test driven development. And that is what is gaining a lot of popularity these days. And that is where tools like Cucumber, JBehav, SpecFlow actually become relevant. So let's talk about that and how we can make automation easier with it. Let's look at the typical feature, actually how that feature is written in BDD. Now if you see over here is a feature, then we write the scenario and then given, when, and then. So what is this given, when, and then? So in given, we set the context. It's a kind of precondition. And in when, we define the action, and then we put the validation of the above defined action in then. So when you start writing it, there are 10, 100, and thousands of features are available for your software. So now